Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Creative Rebellion podcast, which is all about goals. Now, I know as soon as I said that, so many of you thought, well, I'm not into goals. I don't like making goals. I'm gonna shut off from this episode. I'm not gonna watch this episode. And I completely understand. And I made that error recently when I tried to make some goals in a collective space with some friends. So many people actually got angry. And I think I understand why. We are not all set up to make goals. And in doing my research for this episode, I wanted to have definitive research that said making and sharing your goals publicly can help you achieve your goals, when actually most of the research says the opposite. If you make a goal and share it publicly, it can do the opposite and it can have a negative effect on you achieving your goal. And this is why. I could have shared a lot of different sources that looked at why it's bad for us to make goals and share them in public. But I'm gonna talk about Edward de Bono and how he talks about doers versus describers. See, de Bono observes that some individuals are more inclined to take action, doers, while others are more inclined to discuss and describe their plans, describers. For doers, sharing their goals can be motivating and create a sense of accountability. They thrive on external validation and encouragement, which pushes them to keep on progressing. On the other hand, describers may experience a sense of accomplishment merely from articulating their goals, leading to a reduced drive to actually carry them out. I really like this work because it hints at and looks at our motivation behind why we set goals. And I never realized that we each have different motivation of why we set goals. And of course we do. It makes so much sense. For me, I set goals because I want to develop myself with my creativity and artistry. And I hope that you are on the same page with me. So yes, it really depends on your drive and your motivation. If you're a doer, you're probably gonna set a goal and it doesn't matter if you say it publicly out loud. But if you are a describer, you probably need to keep that goal private and not tell anyone about it, so you don't get that dopamine hit from actually describing it, so you can actually come through and fulfill your goal. I like to outline 5 different goals, and I'm not going to go through them here, but one of them is to learn a certain style of illustration, which is to do with shading, and I'm really excited about it, and it's going to feature a lot in everything that I make and everything I do next year. If you see anything that is illustrated with shading, I've done it. I've got really excited. I've gone a bit crazy. Why don't you make a creative goal for yourself? And that, again, if you've watched my first episode, might not be artistic. A non-artistic creative goal might be trying to work out how you come up with ideas. And that's something I've been thinking a lot about, and I probably will make a podcast at another time. How do you come up with ideas? Maybe set some time apart from your daily busy schedule to work out how you come up with ideas, and just working that out as a creative goal could be really helpful in your life. One way in which you can complete a creative goal this year is by joining me on my 365 project. This is something that I do every year, and I find it so challenging to do. When I'm posting within community and people are watching me, I feel the need to keep on pushing myself, lifting myself up and creating daily. This is what I need to do to create. I need that expectation around me. Whatever your craft is, you might not have an artistic skill, but we are all creative. Why don't you join me on this project, making something every day? And all you have to do is use the hashtag PH2025, and let us know in the comments if you're going to join in with the 365 project. My DMs actually have a hole in them. So as I film this whole thing, my whole foot is just soaking wet, which is really annoying. I think it's time to get It's more DMs, right? So sad. You know, it might be that you don't want to do a 365 project, and I understand it's a long, big beast. I've struggled to do them at times, especially in those dark days where you haven't been outside and there's nothing to make or create, and I just think, oh, why have I done that? But the drive of the next day really helps me. The 365 project might not be for you. I want to challenge you to make a goal, a creative goal, an artistic goal. And if you are a doer, you're going to achieve that goal anyway. Why don't you share it in the comments below? But if you are someone who is a describer, maybe keep that process, that goal to yourself. And let's set at least one goal in which we can look back on in a year's time and think, yeah, I've achieved that, or I have gone towards something creatively that I didn't think that I could do without that goal. There's something about fulfilling a goal and doing it in a public sphere that really helps me and drives me. I need that pressure. And even though that research says that it's most likely that publicly you setting a goal isn't going to be helpful, I know for me it is. This weather has been so strange, just so grey and misty. It just makes everything look so ethereal. Look at it, so pretty. So one of two things, why don't you join us on our 365 project, creating, making something every day of the year of 2025 together, and or setting a creative goal. Maybe just one. I like to set things in 3s and 5s because I'm funny like that. And why don't you share it if you are a doer, and don't share it if you are someone who is a describer. I believe that together we can make things that are beautiful, and things are better in collaboration with people. I really believe that, and I can't wait to see what we as a community do and create. And ultimately, we just want to make this world a better place. I will be back in the new year, and I want to talk more about my goals specifically, because for me, it's helpful to talk and explain things. I am someone who is a verbal communicator, and I like to process things verbally. So saying this in front of a camera is really helpful, but then I'll be back on more of a regular schedule to do with creativity and artistry. But after that episode about goals, I will be back making more regular content to do with our artistry and creativity. And I think I'll be talking about grit. Thank you so much for watching my second episode of my podcast. I have a small favor to ask of you. Can you subscribe to my channel? I have a really small goal of 100 subscribers, and that would make me really, really stoked. I love the YouTube community. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. I'm part of lots of communities. I comment and I'm quite active, and I'm very excited to be here making content for you, especially because I believe that we can all be better if we are creative and in touch with ourselves. I'm excited to help you be more creative in your life.